What's up, everybody? Give me 1 second here. I'm downloading something here. There we go. I just had to start a download. Hold on 1 second. There we go. I got super fast internet now, so I can actually talk on here. Well, I think I can, and download stuff. Let's see. Who's on here? DJ, Frank, Kent, Jonathan, Thomas, Frank and Frank. All right. So I'm going to take questions today because I haven't done any TR. What's going on? I haven't taken any questions in a long time. Monty, what's the best way to count the Bo Diddley beat? Bump, 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 bump. You know, I mean, it seems like 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3. Is that the beat that you're talking about? I'm thinking bump 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 bump. Anybody, how do you count that? I'm gonna let you guys answer. I actually kind of started doing it already, but how would you count that? If you think of it going like, well, no, if I do it, I'm just giving you the answer then. Let me ask you this while you guys are working on this. Has anyone done the analysis of the Keith Jarrett tune? Anybody download the Keith Jarrett transcription that I put up? It's there's so much stuff in that, man. So I would think it'd be like 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 4 or 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2. Let's see. Dun 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 dun. 1 2 3 4 1 2 1 2 3 4. 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 1 2 1 2 3 4. 1 2 1 2 2 3 and 4. DJ, 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 1 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 4. Yeah, I would go 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3 4 1. I mean, 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3 4. You could do it anyway. I mean, honestly, because the main accents are da 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 da, right? 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 4 is really what it is. 1 2 1 2 3 4. Those are the so 1 2 3 1 2 3. Dun, 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 dun. 1 2 3 4. Let's see. 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3 4. Yeah. 1 2 1 2 3 4. 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 1 2 1 2 3 4. That's really where the accents are. If you because you have to go where the stresses are. 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 1 2 1 2 3 4 is what it would be. You can't always. You don't have to always divide things into threes and twos. The 13/8 thing is really was 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1. When I counted it, and I'd be like 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 and 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 and 1. Or 1 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 1 2 3. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and yeah. It's there are all you do is find out where the stresses are. Write out the basic what you feel is the what you feel like one phrase is, But if you think of the Bo Diddley, right? Da 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 dun to da. So da 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 and boom. That's what the feel is. So if I'm conducting here, right? So it's really a 2-bar pattern. Dun da 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 bop da 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 so you have 2 upbeat accents. 1, 2, 3, and because it's definitely in 4/4. So so one of the best things to do, I might have cut this out of the video, was talking about conducting. Having a just rudimentary knowledge of conducting really helps tremendously visualize beats. For example, if you're in 3/4 time, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So you go down, then you go out. It's going to be backwards, but I'm going out to the right and then up. So 1, you make a little circle here. 2, 3. Whoops. 1, 1, 1, 2, 3. 1. I'm trying to stay in the frame here. It's weird. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. I keep looking at myself. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I'm confusing myself by looking because there's a little delay. Okay, so if you're in 3, if you get to a fast enough tempo, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, then you conduct in 1, 1, 2, 3, like waltzes, a fast waltz. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. A 4 pattern obviously is down. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Down, then to the left is 2, to the right is 3, and up is 4. Okay. When you're doing that, so when I'm singing the Bo Diddley beat, da I can tell da So I know that this is on beat 3. So it's 2, 3. So it's very, very easy to see that then. 1, 2, and, right? And da. That's on a strong beat. Da, see, da, right? Or and 1, 2, 4, 2, 3. So you have an accent of 1, 2, and 4, 2, 3. So those to write out that pattern, just to be able to see it that way, I think it's far easier to see when you're conducting that. Because you can see 1, 2, and 3, 4, right? You hit on 4, 2, 3. So easy to do that if you tap your foot and do that. Then you know it's a 2-bar pattern where the accents are. You fill those in. Well, that's everything then. And then you can do where the groupings are. I usually will do arrows for accents, and it's very easy to. Then you know what the pulse is. Then you know what the meter is. Okay, it's like, well, how do you decide whether something's in 7/4 or 7/8? Well, it depends on where the stresses are. You can usually tell with most things whether the accents are, whether something is double time or like if it's faster nova. It's like the Pliny thing that I did was in 13/8, the video that I did, but there were 16th notes, right? So but it was 13/8, and it was obviously that there were 16ths against it. But the groupings of the 16s you could determine by where the high note was each time, the high E flat. So you could really easily see the patterns in it. And did you guys get my download of that I put out? because I put that on here too. I put the Pliny thing, but I actually grouped it like it's counted. So I grouped it in, I think, 4 groups of 3 and then a group of 1, which would be 2/16, but 1/8. 4 groups of 3 eighth notes, okay? So each group of eighth notes are twice that many 16th notes. So it'd be 6 16th notes would be a group that would occupy 3 eighth notes. So it'd be 6 6 6 6. Okay, so that would be 3 3 3 3, and then 1. So, so that is the thing. That's the tricky thing is when you're transcribing, is to decide what the meter is, you know, because many things can be written in you can write things in usually in a couple different ways, but what you want to do is you want to put the accents. You know, if you're in 5/8 time, well, 5/8 time is either going to be a group of 3/8 notes and a group of 2, or a group of 2 and a group of 3. It depends on how melodically where the stresses are. So, and like I talked about that with 7, same kind of thing. But tapping your foot and conducting is the most helpful thing because everything has an inherent pulse to it, based on melodic accents, is what I would say. So yeah, other questions. Monty, if you want to send me Keith's Forest Flower solo and finale, I'd love to have that. Other questions. By the way, I'm heading to NAMM tomorrow. And I will be there all week with a bunch of really interesting interviews coming up, and really looking forward to it. I haven't been to Los Angeles since 2005. It's been a long time. And my buddy Brian, that I'm gonna meet tomorrow and have dinner with, is his band I produced, and that was the last time that I was in LA, was when I produced his band, and he lives out there now. And that was 2005. I was at the Village Recorder, for any of you that are out there. Long time. Jonathan, what are some of the best rock songs in 3/4? Oh man, that's a video right there. What first thing that came to mind is "I Me Mine" by a Beatles song, George Harrison. Let me think here. Elderly Woman in the Corner of a Small Room, which is a Pearl Jam song. That's in 3. Hide Your Love Away, the Beatles. Here I stand. Man, there's a lot of songs in 3. A lot of good songs in 3. But I'd have to really think about it. But that would be a great video. Monty, wondering about how Null is doing. Recommended all parents with kids 10 and under. It's really, actually, Monty, best for kids that are under 2. But am I aware of the brain development research done by Edwin Gordon and Wendy Valero at Temple University that moved to South Carolina? I'm not aware of that. But I want to show you guys something, and I'm going to have to get it. Give me 1 second. Okay, this is a thing that I just got. It was given to me. It's called Halo Sport. Anybody ever see this? What it is, they're headphones with electrodes. They're supposed to help you make your brain hyperplastic in order to learn. Hold on. In order to learn, they use them in golf training. So they have these, they do them for all different sports, but a lot of musicians are using these now. The guy that's on the board of directors for the company I did a video chat with, and he asked me if I'd heard of it. A lot of musicians apparently are using this, and they use this to learn. Supposedly, they can learn pieces way faster. Now, I know, great looking package. Forget about drugs, use electrons. That's right, Frank. So, I thought about making a video on this to see if this is. I mean, he gave it to me to check out. He was curious to see what I thought of it. So I opened it up last night. So it's really interesting. You got to you have to wet the electrodes on it. You put it on your head for 20 minutes or something. It's got a bunch of spikes that go down, and your motor cortex is right here over the center of pretty much in the center of your brain. And that controls all your, motor functions, right? And there was on their website, there's this guy that says that he uses it. He can learn a Bach prelude. I don't know, much faster than he could in a much shorter period of time by using this thing. So I watched the video last night. And I kind of have it's interesting because I have a couple they can learn by watching all my videos. It's an interesting idea. It's two Stanford neuroscientists started the company, and they have research behind it apparently. So I would be curious about trying to learn, something technically that's really difficult technically, like some Holdsworth solo or something that and see if it would help. Right? Because I'm thinking that athletes use it to increase their speed, to I don't know. I have to watch the video. So just look up Halo Sport and see what you think. I might make a video on it. I'm a little bit wary of putting stuff in my brain, but I asked him. I said, have you done any research about putting electrodes in your prefrontal cortex, right? This is where your working memory is, where all your executive functions are. So, wow, this is not possible. There's a software program that my friend Denis he just sent me a MIDI file. There's a software program that can transcribe things like solo piano. And I was talking to my buddy just before I got on here. One of my good friends he's a math professor, brilliant guy, Turkish, one of Aydin's former students. He lives here in the States. And I said, can these things, is there anything, I did a thing, I put up this little 15-second clip on my Instagram for anybody that can transcribe it. It's Iden, it's just part of an improvisation from 30 years ago. And I said, anybody that can transcribe this and play it, I'll put that up on my Instagram. But I know nobody can do this. Somebody tagged June Lee, who transcribes all Jacob Collier stuff on there, but you can't transcribe it. But anyway, so I was talking to my buddy Dennis, and he said that there's a program out there that can transcribe piano, and he said it's pretty accurate. So, but he'd never tried it, and I literally talked to him 10 minutes ago, and he took a solo piece of Iden's and put it in there, and he just sent me a MIDI file of it. So I'm really curious to see if how accurate it is. Just pop it in Melodyne Studio. I don't think that's going to work for things, Monty. Yeah, I don't think those things are that accurate. Maybe for a solo piano, but this thing that Iden's playing, this string thing, no chance it could get that. Too many notes holding over one another. But yeah, so Kent says, you see, one musician saying he improved his muscle memory by 67%. I'm not sure how you could determine the percentage to that exact number. 60. How do you know 67%? You know, well, maybe that's through the DJ. You can transcribe it, won't be able to play it. That's the thing. Is the transcribing and playing both. That's the tricky part of it. I'm downloading this thing here. Hold on. Oh, wait, it says error. Hold on. Okay, so I downloaded this Iden thing. This is this MIDI file of one of his solo pieces off his trio record from way back in the day. If I double click on it, it should open it in Finale right now. So it's opening Finale. Okay. Let's see. It starts on E flat. Let's see if it plays it here. Well, first of all, it's all an octave too low. It's pretty accurate. Wow. That's actually pretty accurate. But you'd have to I'd have to transpose it up. That's pretty amazing, right? How do you transpose in Finale? See, I used to have Michelle and Carol do this. I don't know how to use I don't know why you can't just double click and do Apple A for the whole thing. How do you select all? I hate Finale. Anybody know Finale? Tools. Transpose. Oh my God. Okay, well, I can't do it, but it's pretty good. Wow. Wow. Huh. Select the line and right-click transpose. Okay. Monty, if I want to do the whole thing, I'm right-clicking, and it's not doing anything here. Nothing. Nothing. I'm not even sure. It won't let me select anything on here. I don't have any tools or anything like that. Special tools. I'm starting from the beginning before the notes, and there's no selector arrow or anything. The normal thing that comes up is not there. Oh wait, it's over here. Here we go. Arrow. Okay, hold on. Okay. Okay, there we go. Okay, so wait, how do I get transpose again? I can't figure it out. It's the arrow button. I have the arrow button. I have everything selected. Right click will give you the menu options. I'm right clicking on it, but it only gives me like all rhythmic options. Hold on. Wait, maybe this is it. Okay, here we go. Here it goes. Transpose. Up one octave. There we go. How do I go back to the beginning here? Okay, hold on. My God, come on. Well, it's kind of it's a little squirrely. The rhythm of it is a little squirrely, but it looks like it's getting a lot of stuff here. This is really interesting. Let's see here when it gets to, let's see some chords here, how it does on some voicings. Here we go. Let's see here. Let's see here. That's not all right. That's not right. It's missing some notes there. That's right. Wow, this is fascinating. Okay, so this is I gotta experiment with this. This is pretty cool. This will make save some time. At least it'll get you started in the right area. But I like how it interprets the. It's interesting how it decides whether to use sharps or flats. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Other questions. Finale is really tough to use for me. It's just so not intuitive. I'm gonna save this though here. Save as. Let's see. Okay, there we go. Okay, TR. You're working on my basic guitar triads video. Would you call spread triads of Blackbird? Split triads, you mean spread triads. What would I call things in Blackbird? Yeah, those are spread triads. Some of them are, but they're not always. I mean, it starts out with a... Let me think here. Yeah, these aren't really spread triads. So you got, now that's not a spread triad because you got two G's. You got B, so it's based off tenths really, with open G string drone. So those are all tenths. Tenth, then tenth, minor 9, tenth, minor 9. That's a minor third, tenth, major tenth. I love that. Wow, how's that for a oh, you guys couldn't really see my guitar there. Sorry about that. Let me do it one more time. Ah, come on, hold on. Blackbird, let's see. Take these broken wings all your life. You're waiting for this moment to run. Blackbird. That's right. No. That's it. Okay, that's Blackbird, but that's not really. Those are not really spread triads, but they are tenths. I haven't played it in 20 years. 30 years probably. But if you encode it correctly the first time, I didn't need one of those Halo things to encode it right. If you encode it correctly. Somebody mentioned the other day on live stream, Long Distance Runaround by Yes. And I remembered the first part of it. And I couldn't exactly get the second part, but I something like that. That's almost it. I have to think about it for a minute, but that first part is right. I don't know if you know that song, that Yes song, but I would have to, once again, I'd have to practice that. I'd have to think about it. I have to listen to it one time and then I would remember it. That was the B-side to Roundabout, though. Long Distance Runaround. Killer song. Love that song. What else? You know, but I think that's really something that people, the musicians, don't work hard enough on. Frank asks, is Lydian over the one still a good idea? It's always a good idea. For improvising, Frank, is that what you're talking about? Lydian over the one chord? I mean, honestly, it can be Lydian, Ionian, Lydian augmented. You know, I love Lydian over the one chord. If I'm in G and I've got a, 2, 5, 1. I have my phone ringing over here. It's driving me nuts. Bass lines are a little different, Frank. Gibson's here. This guitar is really touchy on that third fret for G chords. That would be a Lydian on the one chord. So I did. There's a sound. So. So that's using Lydian on the one chord. You could use Lydian augmented too. So I gave you that sound there. Lydian augmented. Just got to know how to use these sounds. Am I excited about NAMM? I'm very excited about NAMM. I have just some really great interviews I'm going to be doing. And that I'm pretty psyched about. And then there's the unknown who I'll run into while I'm there. Is anyone from here going? Anybody here going to NAMM? Anybody live in LA? I thought about doing a get-together somewhere. What do I think of the pros? I'm not sure what that means. You think people want to interview me? Who knows? It'll be interesting. I've got some preparations to do on a couple of my interviews. You did one episode of What Makes a Song Great, Plans for More. I've done 53 episodes. Oh, performing rights organizations. What do I think of them? They're, I'm a BMI I've been with BMI for almost my entire career, but I was with ASCAP first. Jonathan, yeah. So I've done. You did one episode. What makes a song great? I'm not sure what that means. Assuming you get great song submissions. Any plans for more episodes? You mean where I talked about other people's songs? Oh, what makes your song great? Did I do that? I thought I did that only on the second channel. I can't remember. I can't remember if I did. Did I do that on the first channel? I don't remember. The Paul Reed Smith guitar that I borrowed. Okay, so let me show it to you here. This is a 10 top. You see it's a 10 top because on the back of the headstock, it says, see a 10 up there? Yeah, I think it was on the second channel, Kent. I think you're right about that. This is a beautiful guitar. You see the carved top, how the top is carved here? I mean, it's really carved a lot. You can see it right there in the light that it's really really carved. I mean, it's beautiful. But mahogany back and sides, maple top. This is, honestly, it's just like a Les Paul would be, right? I think that I might lower the strings a little bit. The only thing for me is that is it heavy? No, it's not heavy. So someone told me, and maybe it was someone here, that these are based on a 59 Les Paul. That's why the 594. I'm not sure what the 4 is, but this is the idea of it is like a 59 Les Paul. Although the neck scale is different. It's very easy to play. But I'm not used to it yet, honestly. It's I'll tell you where I feel it's and the inner string, these strings here, on the inner strings, I'm just not used to it. That it's I don't know, it's hard to explain, but I can get used to it, but I'm not used to it yet. What does it retail for? About $6,000, I think. My best playing guitar, though, $150. Ten tops are $4,000. This is the best playing guitar I have, I think. I don't know why. Well, I do know why. The neck is narrower here, and it's, for me, you can see my hand can really, cover a pretty big area here comfortably. Okay, so I'm at the 7th fret. I can easily play the 13th fret, 14th fret, not a problem. You just bought a custom 24 for 45 grand. Awesome, Frank. I like that. That's kind of more comfortable to go from the 7th to the 12th. So that's what, 6 frets? Yeah. This guitar is really, really great. And I'll tell you what else plays well. This guitar is like a what I call a butter stick. This is just the cheapo Ernie Ball, but it's similar to that, to the I don't know if it's the I don't know if it's the radius of the fingerboard that I like. But this is really easy to play. This is probably an 18 radius. This guitar is incredibly easy to play. Has a great neck. Once again, probably better than the one I just played. Better than the Ernie Ball. This one weighs about 10 pounds, but it has a incredible. This has a great neck on it too. So, and then of course my this one, you guys see me play all the time. This one is it's interesting. This is very easy to play. Do I ever sell any guitars? Yes, I do. Once, yeah, I sell guitars, not that often. But I love this particular guitar. This is great. This is probably my that's one I play most. I've owned it for the longest, and and you guys have seen me play this in a lot of videos too. This is another one of the guitars that's I just realized that these are very similar. This one, the Dan Electro, the Ernie Ball, and the Les Pauls, and this are very similar. I'm not sure why, what it is about it. I think that the PRS is a little bit wider here. I want to say it's probably maybe 1/8 of an inch wider, and that makes a difference for how for the string spacing. These have a little bit closer string spacing, I would say. I think that's what the deal is with it. So, anyways, so that's those are my DJ. Let's see, thoughts on starting as a bassist then going to guitar. Well, I did that, so I love that. Bass behind the beat, drummer on the pulse, guitar slightly ahead of the beat. That's pretty much about right. The PRS is definitely wider on camera. DJ, so it's interesting that you say that. Almost every time that the bass sounds great and feels great on any track I've ever done, if you look at the transients, they're behind they're behind the drum slightly. Especially the kick drum. The bottom end of the bass, if the kick is here and the bass transient is here, you'll notice way more bottom end when you have the transient of the kick and then the kind of the bloom of it, and if you put the transient of the bass just behind it, the bass sounds huge and feels right. And so you have a really interesting point on that. I think you're totally right about that. I think that's how things sound the best. Any plans of writing and recording some guitar compositions? Yeah, I need to find an assistant, Tom. That's the thing, is that it's really I'm looking for someone, but I haven't found anyone, and it just bogs me down, honestly. There's a lot of busy work that I have to do when I'm I'm doing the my video for today is the top 20 keyboard sounds of all time, and this is a hard video because it's hard to lock down because you're talking about piano, synthesizers, including the mellotron, the organ, all different types of organs. So and then get my isolated tracks, go through my folders and see what isolated tracks I have, which I happen to have a lot of them. But the Wurlitzer, the Rhodes, and then pick 20. I've limited it to historically everything is before almost everything's before 1980, I would say. When people had to create sounds, but yeah, pretty much all of them. So that's the video I'm working on. I'm trying to get that done by tomorrow to put out, or I will get that done by tomorrow and put it out. But do I know Godin guitars? I've obviously seen them, but and I've played some, I think, but I don't really remember. I've had Tom. I've had a lot of people bring up Gentle Giant recently. With the "What Makes Us Sound Great" thing, and I realized as I was going through my tracks today, I was listening to some Deep Purple. I was listening to Supertramp. I mean, there's so many different songs that I can do for "What Makes Us Sound Great." And I don't know if I mentioned this the other night, but the producer for Faith No More I talked to on the phone, Matt Wallace, and it was fascinating. I sent him the tracks because he didn't have Epic, and I sent it to him. He told me all these stories on making the record, which were great. Like on the song Epic, they had 31 drum edits, meaning he cut the tape. So if the drummer's a little bit behind, they go in, they cut out maybe a couple inches of tape, depending if they're running at 15 IPS or 30 IPS. And the drummer would freak out. They would always cut the multi-track back then. That was just common, They take out the razor blade and they cut it out, just like in Pro Tools. You use Beat Detective and you. So I met him, Tom, because he wrote to me out of the blue. He introduced himself, saying he saw my video, he loved it, and is there any way he could get the track? He said, I produced, engineered, and mixed the Faith No More record, and I haven't heard those tracks soloed in 30 years. I don't have a copy of any of them. So could I get them from you? So, of course, I sent them to him, and then I talked to him on the phone. And it was great, and hopefully I'm going to see him. He told me to ring him when I'm in L.A., and we'll get together, maybe have coffee or something. Living Being says, didn't you say you got 15 applications? So I've gotten a bunch of people that applied, but they send me reels, and they're just not very good, honestly. So yeah, that's the thing. It's like I need to find people that know YouTube. Everyone on here, every person on here knows what YouTube is all about. You guys watch YouTube. You know that YouTube is the place to go for people to learn things. If you want to learn anything about how to fix your hot water heater, fix your car, do whatever, you go to YouTube. And I don't want somebody that doesn't know anything about YouTube and doesn't use YouTube. That's a qualification as far as I'm concerned. You have to be hip to, you got to kind of have to be an expert on YouTube, right? In addition to being able to do that, anybody can learn how to edit stuff. I'm convinced of that. You have to have good taste, and I'd rather take somebody that doesn't know anything about editing that can do. I mean, if you think about it, I had people like Michelle and Carol that were phenomenal with transcriptions, just amazing, and that was it was great. It was really great. It was incredibly helpful. So I'll take somebody that's not great with transcriptions, but that can do a lot of the stuff I'm doing for my video today, for example. Okay, Hewitt, as far as the Cure, I will definitely do a Cure song. I'm a big Cure fan. I've met Robert Smith, and he's an incredibly interesting guy. I got to meet him about 15 years ago, 20 years ago. And I love the Cure, and I'm trying to decide if I'm going to use any Cure songs in my video. Anyways, all right, I better go here. I got to get my video done. I got to hit the road first thing tomorrow. I will be in LA by tomorrow night. Living Being, you sent me an application via email. Did I not send? You know what? It's easier if you send me a message. I get so many emails every day, hundreds of emails. It's easier if you send me a thing through Facebook, honestly. I hate that. I hate that Facebook Messenger, but that's actually the easiest way because it prioritizes things. It makes me see people that when things get down in my email thing, I just can't, I have 40,000 unopened emails in my Gmail. So there you go. 40,000. 40,000. Not 4,000. 40. So write to me on Facebook. Send me something through there. Because pretty much everybody that I've responded to have sent me stuff through Facebook. I'll be posting interviews along the way. I'll be doing live streams too this week. It's going to be fun. You'll see some people that that you know from YouTube. I'm going to see a lot of YouTubers there. Everybody's going to be there. Adam Neely and Amy Nolte and everybody. Don't ever feel guilty about emailing me, Tom. Anybody, email me. Tom, I responded, didn't I? I responded to your email from yesterday. Okay, you guys are the best. We'll talk later. Thank you.